Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at the Unit 7 Day 1 worksheet on the back. And we're going to look at number 8. So number 8 tells us that a ball bounces across the schoolyard. It hits the ground at 0, 0 and bounces up and lands at 1, 0 and bounces again. The graph shows only one bounce. So part A tells us, is the graph pictured a function? How do you know? So what we learned was that a graph shows a function when each x value hits only one y value exactly once. And a way to test this is the vertical line test. So on this graph, we can draw vertical lines all throughout. So wherever we draw a vertical line, my lines aren't very straight, but we have only one y value is hit at any straight line you draw across the entire graph. So you can do this in your head, you can do this with a ruler, it's up to you. But just go across the graph, and if only one point is hit, then the graph is a function. So we can write, yes, vertical line test hits only one point. So at every x, only one y is hit. Exactly one y, which tells us it's a function. So now part B tells us to name the range of the function. So we know that the range, if we remember, is the range of y values. So we're going from the bottom of the graph to the top of the graph. And on this graph we can see, okay, so the top of the graph goes on for infinity at the top, and the bottom starts at 0. So the range of this function is from 0 to infinity, because it starts at 0 on the y and goes up to infinity on the x. So now we can look at part C. Why are negative numbers not included on the y-axis of this graph? So if we think about it, this represents a ball bouncing. So negative numbers wouldn't be represented because the ball is bouncing, and the y represents the height. So if the y represents the height cannot go below 0 on a playground because it's 0 feet in height. So we can write the height does not go below 0 feet. Because when you're bouncing a ball on a playground, the ball will never go below the ground. So that shows us that the height is at 0 feet at the lowest. So now we can go on to part D. Identify the height of the ball at the following values. So when t equals 0, the height of the ball is, so we can look back up at the graph, when t is 0, the graph point is right here in purple. So that's at 0, 0. So the height of the ball is 0 feet above the ground. When t equals 0.25, the height of the ball is, so at 0.25, the ball is at 3. So the y is 3 feet above the ground. When t equals 0.5, the height of the ball is, we can look back up, and we can fill in 4. So all we're doing for these is just finding what the height is, or the y is, at each of the different times. So when t equals 0.75, the height of the ball is at 3 again. And when t equals 1, the height of the ball is at 0. Alright, that's it for this video.